There is a part of your body that may be changing quietly after menopause, without asking for attention, without creating daily pain, and without showing up in the mirror. Your bones. Many women over 50 think about metabolism, belly fat, hot flashes, sleep, mood, or skin changes long before they think about bone density. And that is completely understandable. Bone loss often does not feel dramatic in the beginning. You do not wake up one morning and say, "My bones feel thinner today." You may feel normal, you may walk normally, you may have no pain at all. And then one day a small fall causes a fracture. Or a doctor orders a bone density scan. Or your posture starts to change. Or someone mentions osteopenia or osteoporosis, and suddenly you realize that this silent system has been asking for attention for years. Today, we are going to talk about bone density after menopause, not with panic, but with clarity, because strong bones are not only a medical topic. They are part of independence, confidence, movement, balance, and the ability to keep living your life on your own terms. Welcome to the Herbal Bloom. Here we talk about menopause education, natural wellness, healthy aging, and practical routines for women over 50 who want to understand their bodies instead of fighting them. Let's begin with one simple truth. Bone is alive. Bone may look like a hard structure, but it is constantly remodeling. Your body breaks down old bone tissue and builds new bone tissue. Throughout life, this process is influenced by hormones, nutrition, movement, inflammation, medications, health conditions, and age. When you are younger, bone building is usually strong enough to maintain density. But after menopause, the drop in estrogen can shift the balance. Bone breakdown may happen faster than bone building. This is why menopause is such an important window for bone health. It is not because every woman will develop osteoporosis. It is not because you should be afraid of your body. It is because this is a phase where the right information can help you act earlier, before a problem becomes obvious. Many women are told to, quote, take calcium, and then the conversation ends. But bone health is much bigger than calcium. Calcium matters. Vitamin D matters. Protein matters. Strength training matters. Weight-bearing movement matters. Balance matters. Sleep matters. Smoking and alcohol matter. Medical conditions matter. Medications matter. And screening matters. Think of your bones like a garden wall. Calcium is one of the materials. Vitamin D helps the body use that material. Protein supports the structure around it. Strength training gives the signal that the wall is needed. Balance training helps protect the wall from sudden damage. Medical care checks whether the wall is quietly weakening. You need the whole picture. Let's talk about movement first. Walking is helpful. It supports circulation, mood, joints, blood sugar, and general health. But for bone density, walking may not always be enough by itself, especially if bone loss has already begun, or if your body has adapted to the same gentle walk for years. Bones respond to load. They respond when muscles pull on them. They respond when you ask them to handle safe, appropriate resistance. This is why strength training is so important after 50. That does not mean you need to jump into intense workouts. It means you need progressive, controlled challenge. Chair squats, step-ups, resistance band rows, wall push-ups, light dumbbells, farmer carries, heel raises, gentle hip hinges, movements that train legs, hips, back, arms, and posture. When muscles work, bones receive a message. Stay strong, because this body still needs support. Now, if you already have osteoporosis, spinal fractures, balance problems, or pain, you should not copy random exercises online. Some movements, especially loaded bending or twisting, may not be appropriate for everyone. A physiotherapist or qualified trainer can help you choose safer exercises. The goal is not to be fearless. The goal is to be informed. Balance is another major part of bone health. Why? Because a strong bone plan is not only about density, it is also about preventing falls. A fracture often happens when bone vulnerability meets a fall or sudden impact. So balance training, coordination, vision checks, safe footwear, and removing trip hazards at home can be part of bone protection. Balance can begin simply. Standing near a wall or counter. Practicing heel-to-toe walking. Gentle tai chi. Slow step-ups. Learning how to shift weight with control. Training the feet, ankles, hips, and nervous system to communicate. This is not glamorous, but it is powerful. Now let's talk about nutrition. Many women after 50 reduce food in an attempt to control weight. They eat tiny meals, skip breakfast, avoid carbohydrates, and try to live on coffee and salads. But bones do not thrive on chronic restriction. Bones need nutrients. Calcium can come from dairy foods, fortified plant milks, calcium-set tofu, sardines with bones, leafy greens, or other foods depending on your preferences and tolerance. Vitamin D may come from sunlight, food, or supplements when needed. Protein helps maintain muscle and supports the bone matrix. Magnesium, vitamin K, and other nutrients also play roles in a balanced diet. But supplements are not automatically harmless. More is not always better. If you have kidney disease, kidney stones, certain medications, or medical conditions, you need individual guidance. This is why a clinician's advice matters. A practical bone-supportive meal might be simple: Greek-style yogurt with berries and seeds, or tofu with vegetables and rice, or salmon with greens and potatoes, or lentils with vegetables and a calcium-rich side. The exact foods can vary. The principle is nourishment, not punishment. Now, let's talk about screening. A bone density scan, often called a DEXA scan, can help identify osteopenia or osteoporosis. Not every woman needs the same screening at the same time, because risk factors matter. Family history, early menopause, previous fractures, low body weight, smoking, long-term steroid medication, certain digestive conditions, thyroid issues, and other medical factors can all change the conversation. If you are unsure, ask your doctor directly, "Should I have my bone density checked?" That one question can open the door. Many women do not ask because they assume bone loss is something that happens much later. But prevention is easier than recovery after a fracture. You do not need to wait for a crisis to care. Let's also address fear. Some women hear the word osteoporosis and immediately imagine fragility. They start moving less because they are afraid of breaking something. But avoiding movement can create another problem: weaker muscles, poorer balance, less confidence, and more fall risk. The answer is not reckless movement. The answer is safer, smarter movement. A body with low bone density still needs strength. It still needs posture. It still needs balance. It still needs sunlight, food, oxygen, circulation, and confidence. The plan may need to be adapted, but the body should not be abandoned. There is also an emotional layer here. For many women, bone health becomes real only after they have spent years caring for everyone else. They made the appointments for children, partners, parents, and friends. They remembered the supplements, the tests, the meals, the schedules. But their own silent health markers were pushed aside. If that sounds like you, this is your reminder. Your future mobility matters. Being able to lift your suitcase matters. Being able to garden matters. Being able to play with grandchildren matters. Being able to travel, climb steps, carry groceries, and get up after a fall matters. Bone health is not vanity. It is freedom. So what can you do this week? Start with a bone health inventory. Do you do any strength training? Do you do balance work? Do your meals contain protein? Do you regularly include calcium-rich foods? Have you checked vitamin D if your doctor recommends it? Do you smoke? Do you drink alcohol frequently? Have you had a fracture after a minor fall? Did you go through menopause early? Has anyone in your family had osteoporosis or hip fracture? Write it down without judgment. Then choose one action. Add 2 short strength sessions per week. Add a balance practice near a counter. Add a calcium-rich food to your day. Ask your clinician about vitamin D. Review your medications. Make your home safer by removing loose rugs or improving lighting. Ask whether a bone density scan makes sense for you. One action is not everything, but it is a beginning. The most important message is this: bone loss may be silent, but your response does not have to be passive. You can build routines that support your bones. You can ask better questions. You can train strength. You can improve balance. You can nourish instead of restrict. You can seek medical guidance when needed. And you can stop thinking of bone health as something only older women need to worry about. If you are over 50, bone health is part of your wellness foundation now. Not because you should be scared, because you deserve to stay strong. If this video helped you, subscribe to the Herbal Bloom for more menopause education, healthy aging, natural wellness, and practical routines for women over 50. And remember, your bones may be quiet, but they are listening. Every meal, every step, every strength session, every balance practice is a message. Tell your body, I still need you strong.